दीजिए। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुनतीरावनचारी, यमुनतीरावनचारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुनतीरावनचारी, यमुनतीरावनचारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, जय जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे। जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा, प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा। प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजनामिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये। Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for today's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. We are reading from first canto, chapter 18, text number 26. Pratiruddha इंद्रिय प्राण मन बुद्धिम उपारतम स्थान त्रयात् परम प्राप्त praptam brahma bhutam avikriyam pratirudendriya prana manobuddhim uparatam stanatrayat param praptam brahma bhutam avikriyam pratirudendriya prana manobuddhim uparatam stanatrayat param praptam brahma bhutam avikriyam. Please recite. Pratirudendriya prana manobuddhim uparatam stanatrayat param praptam brahma bhutam avikriyam. Pratirudendriya prana manobuddhim uparatam stanatrayat param praptam brahma bhutam avikriyam. Pratirudhendriya prana manobuddhim uparatam stanatrayat param praptam brahma bhutam avikriyam. Pratirudha, word to word meaning and translation, purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Pratirudha, restrained. Indriya, the sense organs. Prana, air of respiration. Manah, the mind. Buddhim, intelligence. Uparatam, inactive. Sthana, places. Trayat, from the three. Param, transcendental. Praptam, achieved. Brahma bhutam, qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. Avikriyam, unaffected. Translation: the Muni's organs, breath, mind and intelligence were all restrained from the material activities, and he was situated in a trance apart from the three: wakefulness, dream and unconsciousness. Having achieved a transcendental position qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. Please repeat. The Muni's sense organs, breath, mind and intelligence were all restrained from material activities, and he was situated in a trance apart from the three: wakefulness, dream, unconsciousness. Having achieved a transcendental position qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. Purport: it appears that the Muni in whose hermitage the king entered was in a yogic trance. The transcendental position is attained by three processes, namely the process of jnana or theoretical knowledge of transcendence, the process of yoga or factual realization of trance by manipulation of the physiological and psychological functions of the body, and the most approved process of Bhakti Yoga, or the engagement of the senses in the devotional service of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita also we have the information of the gradual development of perception from matter to a living entity. Our material mind and body develop from the living entity, the soul, and being influenced by the three qualities of matter, we forget our real identity. The Gnana process theoretically speculates about the reality of the soul, but Bhakti Yoga factually engages the spirit soul in activities. The perception of matter is transcended to still subtler state of the senses. The senses are transcended to the subtler mind, and then the breathing activities, and gradually to intelligence. Beyond the intelligence, the living soul is realized by the mechanical activities of the yoga system, or penance, or practice of meditation, restraining the senses, regulating the breathing system, and applying intelligence to rise to the transcendental position. This stops all material activities of the body. The king saw the Muni in that position. He also saw the Muni as follows. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Itinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyatya Deshatarine Vancha kalpatarupyashta kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha namo mahavadanyaya krishna prema pradayate krishnaya krishna chaitanya namne gauratvishe namaha He Krishna karuna sindhu dena bandhu jagatpate gopesha gopika kanta radha kanta namastate tapta kanchana gaurangi radhe vrindavaneshwari vrishabhanusute devi pranamami haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pratirudendriya Prana Mano Buddhim Uparitam Sthanatrayat Param Praptam Brahma Bhutam Avikriyam. Translation once more. The Muni's sense organs, breath, mind and intelligence were all restrained from the material activities, and he was situated in a trance apart from the three: wakefulness, dream and unconsciousness, having achieved a transcendental position qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. Hare Krishna. Please bless me so that I can speak something from this purport. Hare Krishna. So, in this chapter, we already saw in the previous verses how Sukadeva Goswami was requested, and all the sages of Naimisharanya, they request Sukadeva Goswami to speak, and they are very, very eager to hear from him. Not that they are just saying, no, you please speak, and they are just sitting and wandering here and there. No, they are very, for thousands of years, they were doing this sacrifice of reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and hearing for the welfare of this Kali Yuga people. So here Sukadeva Goswami was glorified enough. And now he has started speaking about the Pariksit Maharaj, how he was cursed and how the story goes on. You know, the previous verse started once upon a time. So Pariksit Maharaj was, he was on hunting in the forest, and he felt hunger and he was thirsty. So he was just searching for something, and he saw the hermitage of Samika Rishi. And Samika Rishi was not an ordinary person actually. It is mentioned, I read from some other place, that Samika Rishi was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, and he had many disciples. But at that particular time there was no one, only Samika Rishi was there. Even his son was, he was away playing with his playmates. So at that time, Krishna arranged everything for Pariksit Maharaj, that nobody is there at that time. So Pariksit Maharaj approaches to his hermitage, and he saw Samika Rishi. He was half closed his eyes and he was in complete trance. But it was Krishna's arrangement that Pariksit Maharaj, he went to kind of a mode, definitely pure devotees. We know that Pariksit Maharaj is a pure devotee. He will not come under any modes of this material nature. But Krishna put him in such a situation so that he will be cursed by Shringi, Samika Rishi's son. And then later, Pariksit Maharaj retires from his kingly order and he goes to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Actually, Pariksit Maharaj no need to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam because he is already liberated. Pure devotee is already liberated. He is Nitya Siddha, is already liberated. But why Krishna arranged all this? This for our welfare. There are innumerable living entities in this material world. So for their welfare, so Krishna has arranged. Through his pure devotees, Krishna makes this arrangement so that the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam comes out, which is the essence of all Vedic literatures, Puranas, Itihasas. It is mentioned that this is the ripened fruit of all Vedic literature, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So to bring out this, so this all arrangement was made. So neither Pariksit Maharaj was thirsty, neither he was hungry, neither he need to, because we know, as yesterday we heard from Navadvip Praneshwar Prabhu, he was hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam for 7 days without feeling any thirst or without feeling any hunger. Then how come he felt thirst and hunger? It's all arrangement of providence, Krishna's arrangement that he goes there. So he saw Samika Rishi in complete trance. So Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport about yogic trance. We know from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam that Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti sabhyate. So it is mentioned that there are 3 stages of realization, spiritual realizations. One is Brahman realization, and then Paramatma realization, and then Bhagavan realization. So Brahman realization is compared to sun effulgence, rays, sun rays. It falls everywhere. So this Brahman realization, they feel that Krishna is everywhere. Brahman is everywhere. Brahman is, I am also Brahman. So Brahman is everywhere. They see everything as Brahman. And Jnana, Paramatma realization, they come to the realization that he is localized, is a super soul within each and every, that is Paramatma realization. And ultimately, Bhagavan realization. So there are 3 stages Srila Prabhupada explains here, as we know already. So, Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada writes here that the transcendental position is attained by 3 processes, namely the process of jnana or theoretical knowledge of transcendence, the process of yoga or factual realization of trance by manipulation of physiological and psychological functions of the body. And the most approved process is bhakti yoga. So these different processes of understanding the absolute truth is given here. So by jnana process, jnana means the jnana yogi, he keeps on speculating and about the super soul. And what is the difference between matter and spirit, he will be speculating. And we know Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vyasadeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. So after many attempts, many lifetimes, a jnani, he comes to the realization, from many lifetimes, from thousands of one jnani, he comes to the understand that Krishna is Vyasadeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. So by jnana process, if one keeps on speculating, keeps on churning, keeps on searching, he will not ultimately come to that conclusion. Have some addition to this from Srila Prabhupada's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 3rd Canto 6 chapter 33rd verse. There in the purport Srila Prabhupada writes that the jnana division of spiritualists go on speculating only to distinguish the soul from matter, but they have no information of the activities of the soul after being liberated by knowledge. It is said that a person who only mentally speculate to know things as they are and who do not engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord are simply wasting their time. So it is very clearly, Srila Prabhupada writes here, that by this process of jnana, it's just a simply waste of time. Srila Prabhupada very clearly writes. So, and then yoga, by physiological, by the yoga process, by doing so many Ashtanga yoga, asanas, the yogi, he tries to come to the stage of samadhi. It is a very first thing is asana. First place asana. In Kali Yuga there are so many so-called yoga practices going on. People try to propagate so many kinds of yoga. That Kriya Yoga, this Kriya Yoga. So many kinds of yoga, which is not Shastric also sometimes. I have seen, there was one well-wisher, kind of well-wisher. So he was with some Ramachandra mission, I should not mention that, I'm sorry. So there, there is no any discussion, nothing, just they all gather there and they just sit and they meditate on light. They just sit and for a very long time, and they close their eyes, that is another thing. And every day this starts from morning 4 o'clock, it will go until 8 o'clock. And I see very few people sitting. Once I just opened that And he will be sending some links, that well-wisher. I opened that link and I just saw the live. Only very few people are sitting, and one person is in front of them, and he is for long time now they're just sitting and meditating. And for what? For whom? On whom? No idea. And then after that they have some small speech. What is that speech? They speak some good words, some nice words, some pleasing words, and that's it. This is the meditation. And after these people coming out, they see, no, I am also doing yoga. I meditate for 6 hours. And they speak so, very greatly they speak about what they are doing. But what is the idea? What is the idea behind it? Nothing, no conclusion. What is a yoga? What is the meaning of yoga? By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we know that what is yoga actually. What is real yoga? Yoga means to link with the Supreme. There is no any conclusion about this. There is no any understanding. They just sit and meditate. And even bodily exercise. Some people, they do yoga only for yoga for pregnancy, yoga for good health, yoga for peace of mind. So all these yogas. And they're just simply making money out of this yoga. But there is no any spiritual conclusion behind. There is no Krishna, there is no Bhagavatam, there is no Bhagavad Gita. And where they got this word yoga? From scriptures. And there is no any topic discussed there about Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. And simply yoga. So Srila Prabhupada, in his lectures, he used to smash all these yogis and all these so-called meditators. There's so many other societies who do this. Srila Prabhupada very severely, he criticized, in one sense, criticized them. And clearly explained actually, not just criticizing. Just by criticizing, it will not work. We have to explain what is the real yoga also. So Srila Prabhupada very clearly explained in his books and in his lectures. And so ultimately, the process of bhakti yoga, Bhagavan realization, this is the only essence of, this is the only, when we boil the milk, in the beginning the milk is very liquid form, diluted. When you keep on boiling, then the real essence comes out. This rabdi, which is very, very tasty. When you offer it to Krishna and take, it is very tasty. So this is like bhakti yoga. So bhakti yoga is very relishing, which is natural to the soul. But if you see Jnana yoga and other yoga systems, they have to work very hard. Work very hard for attaining that state. In Kali Yuga, it's practically impossible. The only process in Kali Yuga is Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga means working with intelligence. What is that intelligence? To understand that I am spirit soul, I am servant of Krishna. Jiver Swarupa hoy, Krishnera Nitya Dasa. So this is the understanding. That is the only process. Bhakti Yoga is the only process which is the summary of all Vedic literatures. Even Bhagavad Gita we can see, Krishna gradually he explains Arjuna about difference between matter, spirit, and about Paramatma. And then gradually, he comes, ultimately he concludes here Bhakti Yoga. So even in Jnana Yoga, even in Dhyana Yoga, Srila Prabhupada in the purports, if you see, when you read the purports, Srila Prabhupada again and again concludes Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So why it is so much stressed, Bhakti Yoga? Because that is the essence. That is the only essence. Chanting the holy name of the Lord, engaging our senses, our body, mind in service of Krishna. This is Bhakti Yoga. And we can see in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, so many great devotees, they showed this practical example. What is actually Bhakti Yoga? You can see Ambrish Maharaj, there is a verse, how it starts? Savai mana Krishna padhara vindayor vasamsi jinani. So in this verse, sorry, I didn't mention the full verse. So in this verse it is mentioned that Ambrish Maharaj, how he is rendering devotional service. Savai mana Krishna padhara vindayor. He is meditating his mind and his intelligence, the lotus feet of Krishna, and all his senses. His eyes, by seeing the beautiful form of the Lord, his ears, in hearing about Krishna, his sense of smell, nose, in smelling the flowers offered to Krishna, his hands, in cleansing the temple, his legs, by visiting the temple or by visiting holy dham, holy places. So like this, this is explained in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And you can see Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, he went to meditate for some insignificant thing. When Krishna appeared, in 6 months, he did a very severe penance, and within 6 months, by chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, he was initiated by Narada Muni, and he was tested also before. And Narada Muni said, "You are a small boy, you just go and just play. Why you want to meditate?" Then Dhruva Maharaj says, "If you want to help me, please help me. Otherwise, you just please." Give away to me, I'll go and meditate. Then Narada Muni initiates Dhruva Maharaj. And within 6 months, he did a very severe tapasya. And within 6 months, Krishna appears. And when he touches with the conch on Dhruva Maharaj's head, immediately he recites prayers of glorification to Krishna. The first thing he says that, I was looking for some, gaju mukkalu, glass pieces, but I got a nice diamond, jewel. That is the essence of understanding. Ultimately, we have to understand that bhakti, devotional service, is the only process for purifying ourselves, and which is naturally done. When we practice devotional service, we feel very happy, very joyfully, which is performed. It is not that we are feeling very difficult. It's like we are lifting some heavy weight on us. Of course, because if our mind, our senses are dragging us, sometimes we feel like that. When we chant, we feel like we are lifting some very heavy load. But when we keep on doing, because we are in the diseased state, we cannot practice bhakti. Because our diseased state is that we forgot our real identity. As Srila Prabhupada writes here, that Uh, our material mind and body developed from the living entity soul and being influenced by the three qualities of matter. We forget our real identity. What is our real identity is we are servants of Krishna. This is our real identity. So forgetting this, we are imitating to be like Krishna. We are imitating to enjoy like Krishna. We have the tendency, that otherwise why we are here in this material world? We have the tendency to enjoy separately, with our mind, with our senses. But if we engage our mind, our senses, our body in service of Krishna, in the beginning it is very hard to do, but when you keep on doing, when we develop taste in hearing about Krishna, in serving Krishna, in engaging our senses in service of Krishna, in engaging our mind in hearing about topics of Krishna, reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Bhagavad Gita. When we get taste to this, we will never again the lower taste, which is material enjoyment, we just leave it. Srila Prabhupada gives an example that if a child, he has some small chocolate, if we give him a something very big, big chocolate or big sweet, he immediately he gives up that small or smaller one. This is material enjoyment is like that. Param drishtva nivartati. When we get the higher taste, immediately the lower taste, we can give it up. So what is that higher taste? The relishment in devotional service. That is the higher taste. And this is naturally done. This is nature of this Atma actually. But we are doing it, we are trying to enjoy separately from Krishna, and this is artificial. This is not natural. This is artificial. What we are doing is artificial. But what is our nature? That is serving Krishna. So that is Bhakti Yoga. In Chaitanya Charitamrita there is a verse. Krishna boliye se jiva anadi bahirmukha atayeva maya tare deya samsara dukkha. Chaitanya Charitamrita 20, Madhya Leela 20.117. So there, translation goes like this. Forgetting Krishna, the living entity, has been attracted by the external features from time immemorial. Therefore, the illusory energy Maya gives him all kinds of misery in his material world. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes very nicely. I'll read out the purport. When the living entity forgets his constitutional position as an eternal servant of Krishna, he is immediately entrapped by the illusory external energy. So when we forget our constitutional position, that I am servant of Krishna, immediately Maya is ready and immediately she captures us. So Maya is always ready. At any point we are going away from Krishna, she immediately captures. Because we are marginal potency, we have to be either in Antaranga Shakti or Bahiranga Shakti. So if you are going away from Antaranga Shakti, immediately Bahiranga Shakti is ready. We have to be in any of this external energy or internal energies of Krishna. The living entity is originally part and parcel of Krishna, and is therefore the superior energy of Krishna. He is endowed with inconceivable minute energy that works inconceivably within the body. However, the living entity, forgetting his position, is situated in the material energy. The living entity is called the marginal energy because by nature he is spiritual, but by forgetfulness he is situated in material energy. Thus, he has the power to live either in the material energy or in the spiritual energy. And for this reason, he is called marginal energy. Being the marginal position, he is sometimes attracted to the external illusory energy, and this is the beginning of his material life. So when we got attracted to this material energy, that is the beginning of our material life. He is subject to the threefold time measurement, past, present and future. Past, present and future belongs only to the material world. They do not exist in the spiritual world. The living entity is eternal and he is existed before the creation of this material world. Unfortunately, he has forgotten his relationship with Krishna. The living entity's forgetfulness is described herein as anadi, which indicates that it has existed since time immemorial. One should understand that due to his desires to enjoy himself in competition with Krishna, the living entity comes into material existence. I will repeat. One should understand that due to his desire to enjoy himself in competition with Krishna, the living entity comes into material existence. So we are competing actually with Krishna. We are imitating, competing with Krishna. So that's why we are in this material world. But some souls, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, they realize, they understand, and they take up to this Krishna consciousness. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, especially in Kali Yuga, because he is the Jagat Guru in Kali Yuga. So by his mercy, by his spiritual realizations in his Srila Prabhupada said these books are my spiritual ecstasies. So by reading his spiritual ecstasies, we got that Vijnana and Vairagya, Jnana Vairagya from this material world. So that we are here in his shelter. Otherwise, we would be somewhere else, elsewhere in Maya. So, Brahmanda Brahmita Kona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasadipai Bhakti Lata Bija. So, after many Brahmanda Brahmita Kona, after taking many 84 lakhs of species of life we have undergone, and we got this human life after 84 lakhs of species. And even after getting human life, it's not sure that we will come to Bhakti Yoga. But by Guru's mercy it is possible. So we have, after taking human life, we may go to Karma Kanda also. Karma Kanda means performing pious activities for getting some punya. Or we may come to Karma Yoga. Or we may come to stage of Jnana or Ashtanga or like this. But coming to Bhakti Yoga means it will take very long time. But in Kali Yuga it is very freely available by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the mercy of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Because devotees, they go out and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and they are igniting the spirit souls to hear. Sometimes we cannot say forcefully hearing, but they are hearing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and they are seeing when we distribute books. Sometimes some people, no, they only see, they are getting opportunity to see Krishna, or sometimes they take the book, they open, and if they read, Srila Prabhupada said, even if they read one book, one word, they will be benefited from my books. He said like this. So we can see that this is the mercy, this is how the mercy is spreading in Kali Yuga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So we have to take to ourselves first. Janma sarthaka kari karo paropakar. Then we can give this mercy to everyone. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, we always says that when we are not doing our activities on the level of soul, then everything is artificial. Could you please give some example, like how it is artificial?
If you are not doing your activities in the level of soul.
So, yeah.
I didn't get your question.
I mean,
clearly, bro.
When we are not situated in our Swarupa and not serving the Lord, transcendental activities, devotional service, if you're not doing this, and apart from this, anything we do, we are calling it artificial, right?
Actually, we have to, Srila Prabhupada writes that in the sadhaka stage, there is no need to understand what we are, what is our Swarupa. The sadhaka stage means we are just beginning our devotional service to Krishna. So, in that stage, whatever we are performing, whatever we are doing, everything is counted. Everything is counted. It's not considered other activities. Because it's just by taking to devotion, just by saying Hare Krishna, you're getting, the activity itself is spiritual. He may say it without any realization or with full realization, but there is benefit. There's so many people, they come to temple, so with different minds, but still they are getting benefited. Why? Because the activity of coming to the temple, that itself, the thought itself is spiritual. So we have to change our mind, intelligence to spirit. We have to spiritualize them. So that is the process. When we take up to Krishna consciousness in the sadhaka stage, we are spiritualizing our mind and intelligence. Sometimes we may fail, sometimes we may pass, but it is considered spiritual only. It's not that we have to come to the stage of Swarupa, then only the spirit soul realization, then only our activities become spiritual. I hope I answered your question, Prabhu. If you want to add something, bro, you can add.
जो करने वाला काम दिखावे के लिए किया, that's a problem. But this is instructed to me whether I like it or not. This is recommended by the acharyas, whether I like it or not, I will do it in this way. Then that will take us through the purification, and then that's a spiritual activity. It's applying tilak is a spiritual activity, but somebody can apply nice tilak just to impress some girl. That's the problem. Kalira chela ban jayega. But sincerely he is applying tilak, he is doing everything, all devotional activity, like it or not, doesn't matter. Then he will become spiritual. There is no problem. Artificially करने में भी कोई problem नहीं. Artificially हंसने में भी problem नहीं. But हंसने के पीछे ये होना चाहिए कि, you know, for serving Krishna or for our purification. There is no problem. ऐसा मेरा मत है.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Any other questions, comments? Thank you very much. Grandharaj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhishta kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Shri Juta